What's good? Good. I want to say good morning because it feels like the morning to me, but it's not morning. What's the word? It's definitely afternoon here in Utah, and it should feel like afternoon. It should feel like evening. I've been up and working since 7:30, 7:30 this morning. Better buy the Christmas merch Hair Tellers definitely promised. Get that out of here. What's going on? Kuzmich. What time is it? It's 1:15 here. It's 1:11. So I'm just looking at the Christmas tweet. You guys see the tweet about the new Christmas music? That's what we're listening to. The brand new Christmas album. It's called Evergreen. It is good, chill Christmas music. Bruh, 8 in the evening here? 8 in the evening. So you're what? 7 hours ahead? That means you're... Oh, no, you guys over... I know Sam... What time does... What day does daylight savings end? Yeah, Sam's just ended like 2 days ago. I already listened to all of Evergreen. You've actually listened to more than I have. I haven't gotten to listen to it yet. I've heard this one. I've heard some of them. So you're a little east. I don't know if every country in Europe does daylight savings differently. I have no idea how that works. Is your camera directly above your monitor? No, my camera's actually between my monitors. Actually, you guys want to see it? I wanted to try something. I think this is what I'm going to do in the new place, but I wanted to test it first. Let me make it. Oh, you can't go any wider. A little bit. There we go. Camera, monitors. I figure with how much camera's wobbling hard. Yeah, it's going to. So at the new place, the stuff's not going to be mounted to the desk like that. It's going to be mounted to the wall. So we won't have any shaky monitors. We won't have any shaky cameras. That'll be nice. Basically, I'm about to spend my entire budget on Elgato wall multi-mounts. So that'll be fun. I'm going to try not to like touch the desk too much because that's the problem. White hair is walking, but he's always in frame. Yeah, so we're going to have... I wanted to try this. So you guys remember before, maybe I wanted a little bit lower. I'm not sure. It's kind of nice. It's like right at head height. You guys remember before, so when we were... How many of you guys were here when I streamed from the basement for like a couple months? Were you guys there for that? Do you like cases on your phone or caseless? I go caseless. I wanted to try out this little wallet on the back because I don't like having to have a phone and a wallet on me at all times. I like leaving the majority of my wallet stuff in the car, like my license and my cards that I don't use all the time. But every once in a while I go to the bank and they're like, hey, do you have the debit card for this account? I'm like, oh yeah. Where's that? I like having those things just always with me. But I don't want to have to like think like, okay, is my wallet in my room? Is it in my pants? Is it in my car? Where's my wallet? So having the cards that I use almost every day, just like 2 or 3 of them just on my phone, it's nice. It's nice. I don't trust magnets. Yeah, well, if it falls off, first of all, if it falls off, your phone feels weird. Like, you're like, oh, there's no wallet on here. What happened? But it also lets you know where it came off. Like if you go to find my phone, it tells you where it was. I wish it told you, like, I wish you could just track it. I wish I could just track where it is all the time, but it does tell you at least where it disconnected from your phone. Sam freaking out for the new Macs. So the video that went up this morning was edited. It's our first video edited on an M1 Max MacBook Pro. That phone's too big? No such thing. It's not big enough. Put a tile card in it too? Yeah, okay. Because I have a couple of those metal cards, I can actually only hold 2. So I just put my 2 most common cards that I use all the time. I have my personal card for if I'm like going to the gas station and grabbing a Red Bull. I mean, I don't drink Red Bull. Definitely quit that. If I'm grabbing something from the gas station, I have a personal card. And then I have my like overarching, because we have like, just for you guys, so you know kind of how a business works. So I have multiple businesses, right? We have Senpai Gaming, which right now is still named Alpha Gaming. We're shifting it over to Senpai Gaming. We got Senpai Gaming, we've got Senpai Records, and then I've got some other like Senpai Capital, we got Senpai Tech, right? But those are all owned by another company called Senpai Industries. And so I have, that's the other card I have in here is the Senpai Industries card. I don't want to, like, I do have a card for Senpai Gaming. I do have a card for Senpai Records and stuff. But if I'm out and it's just, I got a business purchase, it'll work for any of them. Still waiting for the store to get the M1 Max in stock. Oh, that's going to take a very long time, Cyberhawks. You should have ordered it. Dude, mine is coming in today. It's coming in today. Do you see? Those are... I don't think those are spots on the wall. I think those are spots on the sensor. I got to clean off this sensor. It's pretty nasty. I definitely saw some spots. I even have it right here. I have a sensor cleaning kit. I've just never noticed it because it wasn't on a white wall. But good eye. Yeah, we got a bunch over here. I got to clean off the sensor. I'll clean it all off. I bought this camera used from Camera Tim here in chat. Sent it to me with a nasty sensor. Dude, I'm just waiting. My M1 Max is getting in today. Do you think the M1 Max will be suitable as a streaming PC? I tried it. It didn't work very well. I actually had better luck with the Mac Mini. I had the M1 Mac Mini. I streamed on that a couple times, and I never dropped a frame. It was great. I tried streaming on an M1 Max MacBook Pro. I tried both in Mac OS, and I tried using Parallels. You play streaming on Windows. That actually was worse. Yeah, OBS is not good. OBS is not great for the new chips. But it was weird that I had a better time with the regular M1 and had a harder time with the M1 Max. Waiting for the Mac Pro to stream. Magwell PCIe cards. Oh, that quad capture card? We actually used to use the Magwell quad capture card. That's still in, or that's what was in Orthrus. It was the Magwell quad capture card. What are you planning on doing for keyboards for the basement? That's a good question. I haven't thought about that. I don't know why. Do you have any suggestions? What's cracking? Thoughts about getting a Mac Mini since PCs are kind of few and far between? It depends on what you're using it for. Again, if you were like, I had a really, I don't know, I streamed on it just fine, but there's definitely some, like if you're talking about editing and stuff or like creative work, 100%. That's exactly what you should do. But you're talking about gaming and streaming. I don't know. It'd be rough. You going to be switching to Final Cut or switch to Premiere or stick to Premiere? I've literally never used Premiere in my life. I've been a Final Cut editor for about 13 years. Never used Premiere. And anytime I see someone using Premiere, I have zero desire to use Premiere. Thoughts on the Shure MV7? It's a good mic. I did a whole video on it. Go check it out. I told Elgato they should make Mac drivers for their PCIe cards. Why would, I mean, I wish they would too, because I would like to enclose the Mac Pro. I mean, the Camlink Pro and connect it to the Mac. But like, how many people, that would be the worst ROI ever. Yeah, it's not. I wouldn't recommend it. There's no way that they would profit off of that at all. Not a chance. What would make you switch to PC for creative stuff? Absolutely nothing. Have you seen these new M1 Max? Have you seen them? Dude, they are the nuttiest things I've ever used. Combine the snappiness of a phone, like just the tap to wake and it's always up and it never glitches, like the 120 hertz screen, just super smooth scrolling all the time. Can combine that with the power of the most powerful computer you've ever used, at least for creative stuff. That's what the new Macs are. There's no reason I'd never do it. Not a chance. Unless it reverses. If that's what PCs look like in a couple years, like the biggest problem is I use Final Cut, and that's the main thing I use my Mac for is Final Cut. So it's just it would take a lot to get me to move. I posted some potential reasons for OBS lag in chat. In like general chat in the Discord, Sam? If so, let's talk about it later. I'm super interested. If I can get this thing to stream, that'd be dope. How do you deal with cameras overheating at high resolutions in FPS? I've never had those issues. I don't know what cameras you're using. If you're talking about Canons, you just kind of deal with it. Sony's, I've literally never had my Sony even if I'm shooting 4K 120, I've never had it overheat. No, scroll up. This is why YouTube needs to click on their name and see all of their messages. I reckon it's because, Sam's from the South now. I reckon it's because the M1 Max and Pros have dedicated video encoders and decoder chips. So OBS probably had no idea how to power manage between the new cores and chipsets. Interesting. YouTube or Twitch for just starting out? YouTube. I used to be really vague about that. Like, I'd hate to be the one to make the decision. There are pros and cons for each. If you're starting streaming, don't start on Twitch. Don't even bother. It's not worth it anymore. I should have been saying that for months. R6 trying to get 4K 60 cam feed already. Yeah. That's the problem with the R5 and the R6. Is they overheat really, really bad. Sorry, Mr. Basswood. Do you have any Sony lenses suggested for streaming? It depends on what your camera is. It depends on that's the thing about lenses. There's no one size fits all lens. It's all just kind of about what look you want and what you want to do. This right now. So until now, I was using this one, which is the Sony G lens, the 20mm f1.8. Looks amazing. It's f1.8, so it gets insane bokeh at a pretty good wide angle too. Like it gets really blurry in the background. But I don't have the other one on me. If you want a wide angle, this is a Rokinon 14mm. It's great. It's like $400. It's awesome. It doesn't have any autofocus, which is normally fine. That's fine for you can see, the background is almost completely in focus. So it just doesn't matter. I also had to lower close up the aperture a little bit because this room is a little bit bright. I don't have full control over the brightness of the room yet. I will in the new place. Anyway, the point is as you go super wide, you don't really need autofocus as much. But a big one that a lot of people use, if you're looking to get your first lens for streaming and you're on an A5100, an A6000, one of those crop sensor cameras, I highly recommend the Sigma 16mm f1.4. It's like $400, maybe 300 something, $400. It has so much bokeh because it's f1.4. And it's got a good middle of the road width. It's not super wide, it's not narrow. You can still catch your whole body there. It's a really good field of view. And you get a lot of background blur. It's nice. And it's affordable. And it even has autofocus. Speaking of the lens, can you please clean it? It's not the lens, it's the sensor. I got to clean the sensor of this camera, and I've never done that before. It's a little bit terrifying. Can you stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time with Streamlabs? Physically, yes. Depends on the contract you're in with Twitch. Also, it depends on if there's any reason to do that. I don't see any reason to do that. I've never found any reason to restream. Can you repeat that camera you just said? You know, you can rewind on YouTube Live, right? Like you can just like back it up a little bit. You can listen again. I think I need to like make a point never to repeat myself just to get people used to rewinding. Didn't you say it would maximize revenue? No, I think the only people that would benefit from like multi-streaming are people who already have a massive. The thing is, people see restreaming as a way to get discovered. It's not a thing. Nobody has ever gotten discovered by restreaming. I don't think anyone will ever get discovered by restreaming. It doesn't work. It's never worked. It's never going to work. The only people that would really benefit from it are people who already have a massive audience, but treat their stream less like an interaction, treat it like a show. Something like, actually, I shouldn't say this because I've never actually watched it, but I assume like Critical Role is like a group of people playing Dungeons and Dragons together, right? And it's less about the interaction with chat, and it's more about watching a really cool live show of people playing Dungeons and Dragons. I think that would work really well. Restreaming, you'd be able to monetize both platforms, especially as YouTube picks up the browse capabilities, and you can like search for like I don't go on YouTube. I don't go on YouTube to be like, hey, I want to find. I don't do this yet because YouTube needs to make it better. It's not very good yet. But like, I don't go on YouTube to be like, hey, I want to watch an Apex Legends stream, because I go in there and there's like one English Apex Legends stream. All the good English Apex Legends streamers are on Twitch. So it's just, once they pick that up and you can do that. Yeah, no, if you're a big streamer, if you've got 10,000 viewers and you're not like doing an interactive stream like this, I'd probably stream on both. Might as well get subs and members, you know. But if you restream to grow, you're just going to be disappointed. Critical Role does not involve chat at all. See, that's the kind of stream. A massive stream that doesn't involve chat is the perfect example of someone that could restream. Podcasts are also good. Podcasts are another great place that you could potentially restream. And because there's no chat interaction, I just wouldn't ever expect restreaming to get you to grow. That's not how live interaction works. Used Restream for about 6 months to compare platforms. Realized that focusing on one platform is much better for you and your audience. Yes. I was able to decide where to focus my content for now. Okay, that's great. That's probably the second best reason to use Restream, is to kind of test out both. However, my analogy for that has always been, if you had two girls you liked, or if you had two guys you liked, would you take them both out on a date at both times? Take them both out on a date at the same time. That's what I meant to say. You're just not going to get a good experience of what both of them are. Stream on one, then stream on another. Then you can actually see what the real experience is like, you know? Shockter, if you had two girls you were interested in, you would, you know what? Whatever, you troll. You know, if you would do that, if you would date two girls at literally on the same date and you think that would be a good experience, more power to you. Let me know when and where you're going to do that, because I'm going to take Kenzie and sit at the table next to you. Yes, let them fight. So they're going to fight to the death over you. So I get that. I understand. You guys. Oh, chat. Thoughts on the new stuff, the stuff Wiz posted about YouTube gaming? Oh, Nerd Nest. You should maybe look at the video that went up this morning on the Alpha Gaming channel. I think it's exactly what you're looking for. Dude, this is crazy, Sam. I'm looking at the last two videos on the channel, which the last one did pretty well too. The last one was number 4 of 10, and this new one, because it's only been up for 4 hours, it has 1/3 of the views as the last one, but it already has more likes and more comments than the last video. The live button idea you had for the shorts is huge. Oh yeah. So that's kind of an interesting thing. That's something I don't know if Twitch will really, or if YouTube will really implement. I hope they would, but you got to understand. And it's important that you view this from the perspective. Like we always view, by the way, Left-Handed Gamer, welcome to the True Senpais. Have I missed a couple things, by the way? I just realized, I think I've missed a couple. Yeah, we got a couple new Thrifty Boys, Callum Pilk, and Benny Viale. 7 months true. 7 months of Thrifty Boys, and Mr. Basswood. Welcome to the True Senpais. Thank you guys for the memberships. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. See if I've missed anybody else. I get so distracted by answering your questions. Oh gosh, I love this song. I love this song so much. This is the song we did the music video for. What was I going to say? Oh yeah. So considering YouTube's, generally when we look at features, we see them coming from the perspective of live streamers. And like, how can we make live streaming amazing on YouTube? YouTube has to look at it in a sense of, what if we push this kind of content, is it going to encourage people to leave the platform? If live streaming makes us a fraction of what VOD makes us, why would we push people from VOD to live streaming? And there's always going to be that, like, it has to fit into the ecosystem. And that's the hard part. It's important. It's important that you think about the future of the platform, because that's what they're going to work towards. And at the end of the day, if live streaming ends up just as a thing, if it ends up hurting the platform, pulling people away from the platform, lowering revenue, I don't think it is, by the way. Let me answer this. Insert clever name. What is that white guitar? That is a John Petrucci, a Music Man Majesty. I love that guitar. It's beautiful. Anyway, what I was saying is, I don't think it is. I think YouTube becoming a well-rounded ecosystem of VOD content, short content, live content, and short stories is just such a perfect combination. You can go there, you can get whatever you want. Whereas Facebook is like the Walmart, I feel like YouTube is like the Target or Amazon, where you can literally get some really good, some of the best stuff on there, and also anything you want. Dream Theater fans assemble. It's such a beautiful guitar. So good. But so that's the question about, that's the thing about that live now thing. Like, I would love that in my videos. I want to grow my live stream. I want, when I post videos and achieve some more discoverability through those videos that go into the algorithm and people can watch it. It's curated and it's edited and it's beautiful. The amount of people that are watching that while I'm live, I want them to know I'm live. But there's a chance, and I don't know YouTube's backend. I don't know how much sense this makes, but there is a chance that on YouTube's side, because we as streamers, we see that and we're like, this is a 100%, this is a complete win, right? What if pulling people away from VOD content and into live content ends up lowering their revenue? What if there is a much higher rate of people leaving the platform from live streams versus leaving the platform from VODs? I don't know if it is. What if the amount of money they make from revenue, from ad revenue, from watching VODs is considerably higher than the amount of money they make from members and super chats? I don't know. So you got to think about those things. You got to understand why YouTube wouldn't add something like that. I think they will. I think they see the value of live streaming as a complementary type of content and a way to engage an audience and make more engaged viewers on the platform. But anyway, something to consider. Yo, Cyberhawks, welcome to the Thrifty Boys. Kenobi, thank you for that. Welcome to the Thrifty Boys. Thank you guys. Army Guy, 7 months. Welcome back, man. It's definitely more costly to host live streams. I believe that. Sure. What audio interface are you using right now? I'm using the Go XLR Mini. I don't think I will be using the Go XLR Mini at the new place. Once we finish the stream room, that's almost directly below me. It's one room over and directly below me. Once we're done with that, I'm going to be using shotgun microphones, like production microphones that are off camera. So it's got a little bit more of a natural feel to it. I'm really pumped about it, actually. Is YouTube profitable? I have no idea what their numbers are. I think so. Scott stole Sam from you on his stream. Oh, is Sam over on Scott's stream now? That's okay. We share Sam. What gain does a Podneck might need for the Go XLR Mini? Let me see what I'm at in terms of gain right now. 52 decibels is what I'm at. This thing's got 75 decibels of gain. I think 70 decibels. I don't remember. Either way. I don't remember. Is it 70 or 75? I'm only using 52 on this thing. Any idea why your viewers doubled out of nowhere? They didn't. What are you talking about? I think that was just a glitch on the viewership on your end. Because I've got view bots. Is that what you want to hear? What's cracking? I use view bots. I paid to boost my stream. I have a fake viewer that's just my own channel, and I'm boosting my own stream. Do you think the new Beacon mix would be worth it if you have an XLR mic, or should XLR stick to the Go XLR? Well, the thing is, you need some kind of XLR interface. I think if you have an XLR mic and you're going to buy an XLR interface, it doesn't make any sense to buy a crappy interface and then a controller next to it. If it were me, I would get a Go XLR Mini. If I had an XLR microphone, that would be my play. But my shotgun mics are going to be XLR, but they're going to be going directly into an interface on the camera. So they're going to literally just going to be sucking right into the camera there. Is this a Rokinon lens? Yes. It's a 14 mil camera. Tim, do you see how bad I need to clean the sensor? You see all these little spots? Now that we have the white wall behind me? I didn't notice it until this angle. I'll do it. I'll do it soon. If you had to lower the requirements for a partner on YouTube, what would you lower it to? So turn down the aperture. So I can't really mess with the aperture without it messing with like all the exposure and everything on it. I can't put I had an ND filter on this one. This room gets so bright because of this window right here. I had an ND filter on the last one. It won't fit on this lens. So I can't really adjust the aperture. Do you expand the angle? Yeah, so this is a 14 mil. We were originally on a 20 mil. We were on a 20 mil before, but now we're on a 14 mil, so it's super wide. And also, I obviously moved the camera so it's centered. I want to test it out. I want to see what it looks like. Obviously, this room is a gigantic mess. This is, by the way, Galaxy Me, I'll get to that. I'll finish that question in just a second. This room is Kenzie's music studio, but while they're building the Senpai HQ downstairs, which is where the stream room is, I needed a place to stream. And it used to be the room right over on the other side of this wall here, and that became the nursery because we might be having a baby in 2 days. I'm not 100% sure. Sorry, I'm not 100% sure that it's happening in 2 days. I am 100% sure we're having a baby. But when the baby's coming is still a little bit of a mystery. It just depends on the Wednesday meeting with the OB and deciding whether or not to induce. I don't know. We will see. Yeah, so lowering the requirement for partner. I don't think it would hurt to make it a little bit lower. I don't think it's a big deal. And when I say that, I mean, I understand how frustrating it is. The thing is, and this is, take this with a grain of salt. This is me being a little bit blunt. And sometimes you need to hear that. If you are struggling to hit partner, You need to change something. If you're struggling to hit partner, you might be making the wrong kind of content. If you're struggling to hit partner, you're not going to be making money anyway. If anything, a couple bucks. And I know a couple bucks can go a long way here and there, but it's not going to change it from a hobby into a career. That bar, I know it feels difficult at sometimes, but it is low enough that it's not going to make a huge impact on your career. That's important to understand. Oh my gosh, a Donut Plays Games just joined, just went to the moon. Dude, welcome to the moon. Thank you for the new membership, the moon level membership. What are your thoughts on having separate live channels from a VOD channel on YouTube? Again, I think the only reason to do something like that is if you are a big YouTuber and your live content is going to be very different than your VOD content. But especially starting from scratch, no, absolutely not. I see no purpose to do that. And there's no evidence that that works. How about this hot take? A goal of partnership is the wrong goal to have. Yeah, that's the second part. Absolutely. If your big focus is, I need to get partnership, people make that mistake on Twitch all the time. It doesn't matter. That should not be your goal. You see people go up and they push, the partner push, by the way, partner push, very toxic. Do not do the partner push. But when people see that as the goal, and there's no step above that. So when people see that as the goal, they do the partner push, they hit it. They've been telling their audience, hey, we're pushing for partner, make sure you show up. And then the audience shows up until you hit partner and they're like, okay, oh my gosh, I can leave now. Because it puts so much stress on your audience, puts so much stress on you, and you are changing your content to hit a goal that you're planning on changing back to after you hit the goal. If your content isn't hitting the goal by itself, if you're not hitting partner, streaming the way you normally stream, you need to just change the way you stream. You need to change something else. Partner push is toxic. Most people who do partner push, they hit 75 average viewers or 80 average viewers, whatever. They finally hit partner, and then they immediately drop back down to 15 or 20. StreamBeats Christmas on YouTube Music. It should be there. The reason that we have a lot of weird stuff going on YouTube Music right now is because we upload our stuff through DistroKid. We are changing that. We're in the middle of a transition right now. DistroKid is not built for the amount of uploads that we're doing, and they have screwed everything up. And they've even still screwed up. Like some of our stuff on Spotify is still under Harris Heller. Some of it's under StreamBeats by Harris Heller. They're not built. They're not built for this kind of stuff. DistroKid is made for your garage musician to upload music to Spotify. That's all it's for. And so we're in the middle of a transition away from that. We should get everything fixed, hopefully before the end of the year. Hopefully. Belvy. Thank you for the Thrifty Boy membership. Welcome to the Thrifty Boys. Where'd you get that red hoodie with the game controller as a heart? YouTube sent it to me. YouTube is not built for how many bangers we're uploading. DJ Khaled suffering from success.jpg. It's true. Who are you going with instead? We're doing something a little bit more proprietary. Can't talk about it. But yes, here is another, the final reason why I generally wouldn't change partnership, because it is not something that's meant to be a goal. It's something that's meant to be an entry. It's a gate, the opening gate. It's not the end goal. It's the gate. It's not an accomplishment. Do you remember when Monster Cat announced that if you upload your music to Monster Cats, or if you make music for Monster Cat, you automatically get affiliateship with Twitch? And all the affiliates were like, bruh, this takes away from everything I've earned. It does. First of all, it does not. It takes away nothing. It doesn't change any. All it is, affiliateship is just a way to verify that you're a real streamer. And so that it's worth it to Twitch to do all the back end stuff and get you on their payroll and blah, 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 right? That's all it is. The same way that when they started giving things like more emote slots and subscribers and stuff to affiliates, partners freaked out, and partners were like, what's the point of being a partner anymore? There's no point of being a partner. There is no point in being a partner. It doesn't matter. It's cool to have the check mark. And brands see that. Brands see that, and they see that, there's a real streamer. This person has accomplished something. So there is value there, but none of that's taken away by affiliates getting a check mark. If you see that, if you see partnership with a platform, you see a check mark, you see affiliateship with a platform as validating to yourself, you're doing it wrong. It is something that should help your channel. It is something that should help you move forward. But it's not something that validates your work. It's just another cheer for you to move forward. I hit partner, realize I gained nothing from it. Thank you. Exactly. Doesn't change anything. How hard is it to fix a false copyright claim and is it frustrating when someone claims StreamBeats as their music? Yes. Yes, we actually I don't want to talk about it quite yet. We are in the middle of fixing a big one. We finally figured it out because people, and it wasn't, when I say big one, I mean 1 in 10,000, 1 in 100,000 users were getting this. But still, it was one we were seeing consistently, and we were having a hard time finding out where the source is. Turns out somebody took Ambient Gold and It's a Lifestyle, 2 of our most popular songs, took them, and when he was with a group of friends, it was just like this 14-year-old, 15-year-old kid who didn't know any better. I'm not upset with them or anything, but like took the song and like had a little microphone on his computer and was rapping, like fake rapping. He and his friends would like take turns fake rapping, and then he uploaded it to Spotify, which you're not allowed to do. That's stealing music. You're not allowed to take my music and re-upload it to Spotify. But because the music industry is so broken, because these systems are so old and convoluted, that started causing conflicts in Content ID. And people started getting claims for it. This is about a month ago. We finally found it this weekend. And so we're taking it down and we're getting it fixed. But we have like literally 2 legal teams on it all the time that I'm paying. Like, it is expensive. If you see someone who's like, hey, I'm uploading my stuff copyright free, you can use it. That's great. And I support that. The problem with it is, how are they guaranteeing that it's copyright free? Because it's so easy to break these systems. Sue that shop, not going to hurt the kid. We just got to take it off of Spotify because that's stealing. Sorry, guys, you can't upload my music to Spotify as your own music. So we see claims all the time. We have a claim submission form on StreamBeats.com that helps us out a ton. It's how we figured out where this one started. So if you get a claim, please submit it to StreamBeats.com. We literally have 2 legal teams constantly resolving this all the time that I am paying for. That when your random Joe Schmo is like, hey, I uploaded copyright-free music, they're not doing that. If you get a claim on those, there's nothing you can do. We've literally gone and fixed hundreds of thousands of copyright claims. People get copyright claims. It's going to happen. It's a broken system. There's nothing we can do about it, but we can fix it. And we do. We fixed all of them. Your stuff is safe. Your content is safe. If you get a claim, submit it. It will get released. We will fix it. Don't worry about it. Stupid stoked for you and Kenzie on the baby. Welcome to fatherhood. I was trying to stream on YouTube. Can't find where my stream key goes on Slobs. Same place it would on for streaming to Twitch. Should just be in your settings. I haven't used Streamlabs OBS in a really long time. Copyright claims is most of what you do? No, because I pay lawyers to do it for me. I don't have time to touch that. You can use it for any of your content. You can't take it and re-upload it to Spotify as your own music, but you can use it in the background of all your videos, all your live streams, leave it on VODs, whatever. You're totally fine. How's the YouTube switch so far? It's good. It's good. It's been a fun, challenging new direction. And I'm excited for it. It's made me realize how much I need to put into content on this channel. I'm not putting enough effort into it. So I've been spending a lot of time thinking about what I want to do on this channel, what kind of videos I want to make. I feel like this camera angle is a little bit too low. I feel like that's better. I feel like I'm a little bit more centered now. I have a little less headroom up top, you know? Yeah, I like that. New angle? It is a new camera angle. I wanted to try something. I think this is the angle we're going to go with in the new studio. I want to go for a very symmetrical look because I'm going to have a couch behind me in the center. I'm going to have 2 sound panels on the walls here. I'm going to have artwork on the wall right behind me. I'm really pumped about that. Christmas Lo-Fi is your favorite playlist? I hope you enjoy the new Christmas Lo-Fi, and I hope you enjoy. We now have 2 hours of Christmas Lo-Fi to just play it through just turn it up. If you got an Apple TV or you got an Amazon or an Alexa or whatever you use to play music throughout your house, dude, just play Christmas Lo-Fi on repeat. We got 2 hours of Christmas Lo-Fi right now, and can I give you a little? Can I do this? I can do this. I own this company. I can do whatever I want, right? You guys want a little teaser? Christmas Lo-Fi, call that Snow-Fi. Ah, that's good. I'll tell you what. We got 167 likes. I'm going to give you guys a teaser that just to make it difficult. 300 likes. Stop setting off Alexa, play Despacito. Does that work for anybody? Who plays a live stream through their speakers? What are you doing? That's your fault. We're getting close. We're about 60 away. 60 more likes. I got a little teaser for you. I want to tell you. Mariah Carey is on the way. For real. Thanks. That's literally playing for me now. Nice. All right. We can take time. We can be patient. As soon as we get 300 likes, I'll share it, but we can be patient. Black Phoenix, welcome to the Thrifty Boys. And Great Bambino, also welcome to the Thrifty Boys. Thank you, guys. We're 36 away. I'm going to stop talking about it because the more I talk about it, the more that's all I think about. Do you think an Elgato Wave XLR with a Rode Pod mic is overkill to begin with streaming? No, actually, I think it's a really great budget option. That's a professional XLR setup that it'll sound this good, especially since they have. I gotta test them out. I gotta test out what are those called? VSTs. I gotta test out their VSTs in the beta. I don't want to try it out on this PC. I hate testing on my PC setup. I need a second PC around. I will when we finish Senpai HQ. I'll be able to test all these things. I can't really test them right now, but I want to test them out. But yeah, with VSTs on the Wave XLR, your pod mic will sound just as good as mine does right now. I think it's a great option. 274. All right, 26 more likes, and I got a teaser for you. It is overkill. Like you can get a good USB setup for less than $200. I mean, you can get a good USB setup for $150, $130 actually if you go with the Elgato Wave 1. Do 5/6 of a tease? Get that out of here. I don't want to do math right now. That's not true. I always want to do math. I love math. How much is left of the Senpai HQ building? Watch the video from this morning. Actually, watch the next video. The next video is an updated tour. I'm really excited to tell you. I want you to see it so bad. We are, I wanted to do one more before we finish it. By the way, we're 2 likes away. It's 2 likes away and I'll give you a teaser. Oh, we lost one. We're 3 likes away. Then I'll give you a teaser of upcoming StreamBeat stuff. But yeah, the upcoming tour is, I wanted to do one more progress tour. Wait, did I say 300? I didn't say 300. I said 400. I wanted to do an upcoming, updated progress tour because there are things I wanted you to see before we finish it. Things that are going to get covered when it's done. Things that were very big decisions that are going to, that like really make a huge difference. It takes my like back. It's fine. I'll tell you. I'm kidding. I'll tell you after I'm done talking about this. Anyway, there are some really cool decisions that went into this place that you're not going to notice once it's done. And so I wanted to show you real quick. It's looking really good. Like they're doing the taping and the mudding of the walls right now to make it smooth, which takes a while. They started last week. And then they're going to start painting. So they should start painting next week. Hopefully. Painting next week. And then when they're done painting, they should start on the carpet. All right. Someone was talking about how Christmas Stream Beats is their favorite. I was talking about how we have 2 hours of Christmas Stream Beats, which I'm really excited about. You guys can literally leave just Christmas lo-fi on for 2 hours and never hear the same song twice. This is a lot of Christmas music, you guys. But it's not the only Christmas release we're doing this year. So just hang on. I would even venture to say 2 releases isn't all we're doing this year. Just hold on. Just wait a little bit. We got some fun stuff coming. That's all I'm going to tell you. That's all I'm going to tell you. Thank you guys for the 300 likes. That's all I'm going to tell you. Careful now. I got my social media manager in here right now. He's like, don't say anything. That's all I'm going to say. That's the problem with hiring people to do specific things. The moment you start like encroaching on their plans, they're like, stop. I'm like, okay, I get it. That's fair. Tell us more about your plans for an org. I refuse to join a team if you plan on making one. Wait. Let me get Black Phoenix first. I want to start recording my stream in full quality for VODs and shorts, but on a budget. What would you suggest? I don't know much about capture cards. If you want, I don't know what you mean by full quality. There's no such thing as full quality. There's only better quality and lesser quality. So do you mean like 1080p on a nice camera? What I would recommend is, again, I don't know what your budget is. You say on a budget, no one knows what that means. I'm just going to go off the entry level, but nice entry level stuff for doing that. I would recommend something like one of the small Sony mirrorless cameras. You could go with like a Sony ZV-E10. However, this camera and lens system is $800, $700 without a lens. It's not a great lens. It's a lens that'll work fine. It's not a great lens. You can also go with like a Sony. Actually, you know what? Nowadays, I think that's probably your best bet. Get the Sony, like, because if you get like a Sony A5100, you have to get a lens with it, which is going to be another couple $100. I think your best bet is to start off with the Sony EV10. This camera is so freaking good. It's so good. And then you maybe a year later, you feel like upgrading the lens or something. That's good. And then you get a little cam link. Cam links, I don't think, will the cam link go into 4K capture utility? I don't actually know. Either, I have to look into that. Oh my gosh. I believe it does. Use a Game Boy camera. Let me tell you what I use, and I'll give you a little bit of a budget version of it. Yeah, something like this. I go into a Camlink Pro, which is their quad capture card, but I believe you can do it on the Camlink, although that makes me a little nervous. I'm not 100% sure. And then what you do is you set up on your Stream Deck, which I have right here. You set up little flashback recording buttons. You have, oh, I forgot to do this. You turn on 4K capture utility in the background, which I just launched up. It's running now. And you can actually, I mean, if I do this, you can see it. It's upside down because, oh, I forgot to turn this one upside down. Anyway, it's upside down because I have the camera mounted upside down. It was the easiest way to do it. And then I flipped it in OBS. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I can always flip it in the editing software. And then when something happens that I want to capture for shorts or for videos or something, I have 5 different flashback recording buttons for different time periods. 30 seconds, 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and 30 minutes. So if I say a funny line that I want to make a 5-second short out of, I can hit the 30-second flashback recording. Or if maybe I spoke about something, someone asked a really good question and I want to, and I give an answer that I was like, oh, that would make a really good short. I spoke for either 5 minutes or I spoke for 8 minutes or whatever. I can hit the 10-minute flashback recording button and it'll record the previous 10 minutes because it's constantly recording in the background. If I did something for a YouTube video that I think would, like, if I did, like, I did a thing, like one of the things that I've been planning on doing once I have the studio done is ordering a ton of really crappy anime cosplay on Wish and trying them for you and seeing who can guess it and maybe giving like some kind of reward for guessing it right. Or if nobody can guess it, I get punished somehow. And come out with like 4 or 5 different really bad cosplays from Wish. And then I want to cut that up into a YouTube video. I have a 30-minute button as well. I need to add an hour to it, I think. You can get up to 2 hours, I believe. Are those buttons linked to replay buffer? Actually, I have another replay buffer button right here, which I believe is replaying. I think it's a 5-minute replay buffer. I'll have to look and see. It'll record the replay buffer. Actually, it won't because I haven't started the replay buffer. Now I've started the replay buffer. And so I can also record my OBS screen if I need to. If I'm doing something that records the screen as well, I can record that. One day I'll have Harris check out the magic of Fuji. Dude, the Sony ecosystem is just so dang good. Stop, drop, and roll, Sam. What's going on? Rush Dark Shadow. It's good to see you, brother. Tell us more about your plan. Okay, tell us more about your plans for an org. I refuse to join a team if you plan on making one. I don't have a lot to share about that. And if I did, I probably wouldn't. Because it's, you got to keep some stuff. You got to keep some stuff exciting. I also am very opposed to announcing stuff. I'm going to start doing this. I'm doing this, because then if you don't end up doing that exactly, it ends up letting people down. And there is a virtue to just doing. To stop trying to hype things up, stop trying to hype yourself up, and just give people things. Give people things that make them happy. I think people announce stuff they're doing on their channel way too much. And it almost just ends up feeling like a letdown. I know when I go on Twitter and I see someone who's like, we're upping the game. We're lengthening our streams starting next week on November 8th. We're adding an extra hour to each stream and adding a day. Like, oh, I haven't watched your streams in forever. That's not going to get me into your stream. Now I just feel like you're really trying really hard to bring people back. It almost has the opposite effect. So sometimes announcements hype things up. Sometimes it ends up just kind of hurting the situation. I prefer not to announce things. I just prefer to do them. Like I've been wanting to start doing videos on the channel, but if I were to start saying, hey, starting today, video every other week on the Harris Heller channel, I'd probably just let you guys down. I'm so busy. I just need to start doing it. If I were to start posting videos every week or every other week on this channel, I wouldn't announce it. I'd just do it. I want you guys to look at your subscription feed and be like, oh, Harris Heller video. This is a nice surprise. So anyway, that was a long-winded way of saying I wouldn't tell you guys too much about the org. I would like to create an org someday. I don't have a lot in plans. If I do create an org, we're talking down the line. I've got some other very big plans I need to work on first that I'm excited about. And if those things go well, I think it would open the doors for me to make an org. And if I were to make an org, the thing I would want to do is, since we have Senpai Gaming and we have Senpai Records, I'd like to make sure, first of all, everything would be very much content based, right? I'd be signing content creators much earlier than I'd be signing pro players. Because that's just the way, like, that is by far the best way to build an org, is to focus on content rather than focus on competition. Music feels a little loud. The other thing is I'd want to have a music based one. I wouldn't want it to just be gaming content creators. I'd want to turn it into an org that also signs music content creators and put them on the Senpai Records side. I think that'd be awesome. I think if I started essentially a record label that functioned similar to 100 Thieves, for example, where it wasn't like you're under contract, you're going to do what I say, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to own all your stuff, but like, hey, let's make content together. And then when you have an awesome idea for a single, let's make it happen. And then you got some idea for a tour, let's put you on tour. Do all the things that an org does, but focus on really collaborating on the content. Record label that isn't toxic. Because that's the thing. That's the reason that you want to know the real reason why labels steal money. It's because they have to. It's a bad business model. For nowadays, at least. It's a bad business model. I think it's always kind of been a bad business model, but it used to be the only business model. It's not anymore. The thing about record labels is they don't have their own brand. No one's a fan of Capitol Records. Shouldn't say no one. There are very few fans of Capitol Records. There are very few fans of Warner Chappell. It just doesn't happen, you know? Because they don't make their own stuff. They just release other people's stuff. If we could make a record label that made its own content, that made its own music, like StreamBeats and StreamBeats Originals, we do make our own stuff. We could build our own brand. We could sell our own ads. We made our own content. And then we had a content creator come in who helped us, who was in our content while we helped fund their content, right? So I helped fund, you know, let's say Valkyrie gets a little bit tired over at 100 Thieves. And she's like, I really want to try a music career. This is the hypothetical we're working on right now. I really want to try a music career. I want to join Senpai Records. And so she's in videos with us, just like she's on the 100 Thieves videos right now. And so we make our money off of StreamBeats Originals that sometimes she's in. We produce some tracks for her to sing on. Whatever. Basically the idea is we would be producing our own original stuff. So we'd make money. So I wouldn't have to take money from Valkyrie's music. That's the difference. Record labels have to take money from the musician because it's the only way they make money. I wouldn't have to. So anyway, there's a potential there. There's potential for a completely new way of running the music industry, and I'm excited to get there. What's up, Tuanto? It's good to see you in here, brother. So anyway, that was a long-winded way of giving away too much information about what I think is a huge opportunity in the music industry. Maybe sharing a little bit too much. Maybe there's an executive in here from Atlanta Records who's like, I'm going to take this idea for myself. He's got it. Let's go start making our own content over at Atlantic Records. Did I say Atlanta Records? Atlantic Records. Methmol, don't ever laugh at someone taking an L. That's not fun. Dude, I'm not gonna address it because I don't want to bring more attention to it. But we don't do that in here. We don't laugh at other people's L's. Let's be honest, they mostly steal. They do. It's because it's the only way. Now, I wouldn't say they steal, I would say they con. You know, they dangle the celebrity lifestyle on a string, and they say, hey, we're the only way for you to have this. So you have to give up a lot, but let's do it together. We're going to take all your money, but you get to be a celebrity. You can make money other ways, just not from the music, because we're going to take all the money from the music. And sometimes it works out. And sometimes the person becomes a celebrity and becomes rich. And then sometimes it doesn't, and they take everything. There's a whole article about how 30 Seconds to Mars album went platinum, and they didn't see a single dime from it. It's rough. I knew you wanted to make your own music business, like your own music production. Yeah, so can I say one last thing? I feel like this is valuable. I'm going to turn down the aperture on this thing. It's a little bit, the sun's coming in through the window here a little bit, and we got to compensate for that. Something important. Wait, I want to check and see if my computer's gotten here yet. Before I talk about this. I'm checking up on this UPS tracking like every 30 minutes. It's killing me. My laptop, it's going to get here, man. I don't think it's here yet. Dude, the last ones, FedEx delivered them. How come we ordered these at the same time as the ones that came in last Monday? Same time. Ordered them the same order. Not even one after another. Same exact order. FedEx got ours here last Monday. UPS is getting mine here today. And FedEx also got it here at like 10 a.m. Where's my freaking laptop, UPS? Give it to me. Look. Spite, guys. I'm gonna give you a secret to success. And I mean that. Spite can cause a lot of problems in your life. Spite can mess you up if you hang on to it a little bit too long. But spite can be an incredible motivator. A lot of what I've accomplished was not because of spite, but was pushed further by spite. Spite can be a powerful motivator. The Alpha Gaming channel, a lot of it was the spite of the investor backing out and being upset with me and telling me that it wasn't going to happen. And so out of spite, I was like, heck this guy, I'm going to prove this guy wrong. And I built the Alpha Gaming YouTube channel into a channel that has over 600,000 subscribers. When Kenzie and I first had our very first Vine go viral, we had, which was Cool Kids. This is the start of our entire career. Had a Vine go totally viral. The producers or some executives over at Warner Brothers called us and threatened us and made Kenzie cry and said, if you continue doing anything with this song, we will shut it down. We'll shut down your channels. We'll give you a copyright strike. And they did. We uploaded a cover on YouTube. They shut it down. They struck our channel. And then the song ended up going platinum a month later. Their song, not ours. Their song went platinum a month later because we got it to go viral with our Vine. And so they got a platinum song and we got a copyright strike and a threat from a phone call, and Kenzie cried. They made my wife cry. Brand new wife. We'd been married less than a year. They made her cry. I was not okay with that. So I've held on to that. And I decided that one day, I would take down Warner Brothers. And I'm not saying that's the whole reason I made Senpai Records. But sometimes when I'm feeling a lack of motivation, I sit back and I go, if I stop now, those two guys are still going to have a job. So one day it's going to happen. Don't underestimate spite. That's all. Anyway, guys. So that's where I'm going to end the stream today. I got a lot of work to do. I've been working since my sleep schedule. I turned into an old man overnight when we got a puppy. I used to work until like 2 or 3 in the morning and then wake up at like 10. And now I go to bed at like 10:30 and I wake up at 7:30 to get the dog up. I don't fall asleep until like 11:30 or midnight, but like I'm in bed at 10:30. Or like I'm going to bed, like shower and brush the teeth and stuff. 10:30, dude. So I'm just an old man now. I've been working since 7:30 in the morning, and I got so much freaking work to do. Wait, do you have a kid? We're dropping off the dog at like a dog boot camp for a month. Dropping him off tomorrow morning, so we at least have the baby on its own. Anyway, guys, I love you. Thank you for hanging out. Thanks for joining me and hearing my rant about why I will one day destroy Warner Brothers, because it will happen. I'm going to do it. Just wait. Just wait. It's going to happen. One of these days, there's going to be like this is the goal. One of these days, there's going to be a conference call. And like, I have completely like taken over the music industry, and they're like, hey, we need to sign some kind of affidavit where I acquire all of them just to save them. And they're all at a meeting. I've got all the record labels in front of me. And as we're signing this thing, I'm like, wait a minute. Take Warner Brothers off the list. And then I sign it. And I walk out the door. Don't tell them why. Just you're done. Sorry. Everyone else is saved. You're done. That's how it's all going to end. Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out. I'll be live. I don't know if I'll be live again Wednesday. We might be inducing Kenzie's pregnancy on Wednesday. Might be. I don't know. I will try to keep you guys up to date. The baby's basically coming either Wednesday or next Wednesday. We won't know until Wednesday, this Wednesday. So content, especially a live stream, are going to be kind of hit and miss over the next couple weeks. Just be patient with me. Thank you, guys. Just switched from Xbox to PC. Been using this DP. I don't know what DP is. Will my quality be better if I go use an Elgato? Or is my built-in capture card fine? I don't know what DP is, Aries. I just realized I missed a handful of super chats. I got 2 more. I don't know how to answer that, Aries, because I don't know what DP is. Mr. Techni, your input on creating a Discord community for small creators to give each other views. Oh, do you mean DisplayPort? You're going in it? Will my quality be better if I use my Elgato or built-in capture card is fine? No, built-in, just using display. I assume you mean using display capture. No, use display capture. That's the best. As far as I know, I haven't seen any difference in quality. When I tried to change it. Papa Alpha, which shotgun mic to buy? I'm getting desperate. I've only ever used one, so I don't have a lot of answers. But I use the Rode NTG4, and it sounds amazing. So I would recommend that one, but I don't have a great answer for you. Mr. Techni, your input on creating a Discord community for small streamers to give each other views. Is it unethical with paid social media promoting? I'd have to watch that video. I posted that video like 3 years ago, and I don't remember what I said in it. I don't recommend just leaving other streams open and stuff just to like fudge the views. It's never worked. I don't think it will ever work. But so if that's what you're talking about, no, I don't recommend it. Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out. I will be back when I'm back. Check out my Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, there's a link in the description. Make sure you follow me. And I'll be back when I'm back. Have a good one, guys. Peace.